Thank you very much, James. I may be lovely. I don't know about Mitch, though. So I'm looking forward to getting into this one. Team Spirit on the T side. Hard Legion starting on the CT side of things. It is Train, so CT side is slightly more favored. And Hard Legion getting that start. They are favorites going into this one. Team Spirit are fighting an uphill battle off the get-go.
Yeah, for Team Spirit with this map, this is just not a good spot to be playing from. You can see they're already moving in towards the B site, though. Lots of presence there. They've spotted a player going aggressive, and Crad keeps on going.
Well, Crad, he's got the first pick up, the headshot coming through as he backs away. Man advantage immediately over on the CT side. Hard Legion off to the good start. And I like that aggression immediately coming through from Crad. I like to see him getting aggressive up towards the B apartments, the brown house, should I say, taking that early advantage. And you can see Kinky getting aggressive in towards Ivy as well. So Hard Legion certainly are bringing the fight towards Team Spirit.
They are indeed getting very aggressive early on. Now, moving on to Team Spirit's perspective, they've got no control outside of upper B. They have to go towards the B bomb side at this point, or risk going back as a unit and trying to take the fights as they roll. The smoke goes over in towards Connector, and this is definitely going to be a hit onto B with all the utility already thrown. Yeah,
good execute from Team Spirit. We'll see if they can make it work as they run in towards the site. Good damage, good kill. Two coming in fact, by Ida's balance. It's a 4v3, man advantage here on the T side as they suddenly pull it back, but Crad still alive, still kicking, and still doing good work as the flank for Speedak is absolutely crucial. Two headshots from the backside. It's onto the in-game leader Chopper to see what he can do. Has he got the chops to get this done? He's got the first kill. Now he needs two more as the defuse is coming through. He pulls the USP. The time, it is ticking, and he has to drop him. He has to drop the diffuser. They're holding him off. A bodyguard, but the bullets are out, and he cannot get it done. Chopper loses out in terms of ammo, and Spidak, well, he'll walk away with it. It's going to be Hard Legion with the pickup.
That was very awkward for a second, looking for the high five. Couldn't find it. That was the only missed shot, though, coming through. An absolutely great way to start it out, just body blocking it in through to find that defuse. And now Hard Legion looking at themselves with a decent enough buy. I'm curious, is there a spare weapon floating around there for Sviat? No, he's going to be playing with the P250, keeping up that 2.1k. We'll be getting an AWP out shortly. And I like this buy. Definitely a lot of thought going into it. They are playing with their minds here with only the two SMGs. It doesn't give them a whole lot of weaknesses. But Spirit have gone in for the force buy on the back of the plant, and off the bat, there's a fight in upper B.
That's the thing, right? You get the bomb plant, you get the money in the bank, and you can force buy and get a really solid buy moving into this next, if you're on the T side. When we take a look at what they've got, it is an AK in the hands of Chopper, Galil's in the hands of Magic's Amir, and some Young with an SG. Speedak is holding on in towards Ivy. Two players beyond the smoke. He's going to be chilling back as he runs in towards the bomb site using the range. He'll go up towards the brown train with a flashbang ready to delay the push from Team Spirit. Ida's balance though with a scout, just holding off these angles. As if anybody is to peek, he can soften them up, make it slightly easier for his teammates to drop them quickly. And Team Spirit start to gather one player in towards T-Con, that's Mir.
Yeah, looking to definitely split in towards the A site. The bomb starting to make a move and looking through Ivy. Somebody in position with Ida's balance right behind him. That scout going to try to get an angle, but Speedak is watching it. Or at least he was up on top of the train. Backs off to bomb site and on his way gets caught by Young.
Well, there's one kill from Young. They open things up. Hard Legion on the back foot, and the weapons they've got left are not exactly brilliant. They've got two MP9s, an M4, and a P250. They'll try their best, but Team Spirit, they're looking to try and take the bomb sites. Fiat was unaware. Mio takes him away, and the bomb plant definitely coming through here. Team Spirit looking to try and pick up this force buy. It's certainly looking likely. Forrester has to do so much work as the only rifle in play for the CT side. He'll slither around. He spots Chopper, a good kill. Another one is needed though. He needs this kill to Young, and he's got it as well. He needs to drop the player inside of Ivy, and well, the player from Olaf Mir has done good work. Forrester will get that headshot, but he has to do it all. No kit left available for him, and the time is ticking so quickly. Team Spirit are not peaking, and Forrester has to fall away. Unfortunately, Hard Legion will lose the follow-up after winning the pistol, and that's just a testament to how strong the T-sides are currently in this meta.
Magix does a really good job there, despite not getting anything in the fragging department. He sits up above Pop Dog. He makes the players constantly worried. It means you can't actually run out and trade, because one player goes towards the bomb site, the other is waiting for that drop down from Magix to find the kill. But he never goes down. He just waits, constantly being a thorn in their side. Now you look at that round going to Team Spirit. Hard Legion's economy isn't going to be fantastic. Even getting a buyout here, I don't think we're going to be rolling with. There's a tech pause in there at the moment, so it'll be a little bit of a delay in jumping into it.
Yeah, we do have one of the players disconnected here on the CT side. Now we're on Hard Legion, so we'll hope that they get back pretty quickly on. And well, Team Spirit, the thing is, they lose the pistol, but they make it so close, right? They bring it down to one player. They get the bomb plant. So all the money was flowing through the veins of the T side. So when they come into the next one, they're favored actually, and that's kind of interesting. Because I was talking to a lot of players yesterday. We did some longer interviews, and I asked quite a few of them sort of their thoughts on the current T side meta, and a lot of them were just saying it's kind of outrageous that it's better to lose the pistol a lot of the time than it is to win it. So it's kind of a strange place that we're in right now, and I think we're definitely seeing a lot of the maps start to see a lot more T rounds picked up. And I think on a map like Train, where it's been so traditionally CT sided to a heavy extent, the fact that you can win more rounds on the T side, it's going to mean closer games.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to be looking at closer halves as well, which makes for a more interesting scoreline, I suppose. It also means, though, if you don't get off to a rolling start in your T side, if you're losing those first 5 or 6 rounds, it's got to be mentality in the dirt at that point. It's really hard to look at it positively.
Yeah, and taking a look at Train in particular, right? This is definitely one of the most difficult T sides within the game, I think. I think it's fair to say that it could be one of the most difficult on the T side. So Team Spirit, they've got themselves the AKs, they've got the Galil out in the hands of Magix. We look over on Hard Legion. They will invest, I can tell you that, because they have some money in the bank, but they don't have a whole lot. So likely be a force buy coming through from these guys. But we are ready to get right back into the actions, ladies and gentlemen. Hard Legion, they have got themselves a little bit of a shaky buy here with 2 M4A4s and a few upgraded pistols across the board with Kevlar. Team Spirit, yet again, are favorites to win this one.
Yeah, Hard Legion making a very aggressive economic decision. I'm not sure if I'm massively behind it. You're looking at Team Spirit spread out at the moment. They're just looking for ranged fights. They probably presume they're going to be up against much weaker weapons. Probably the Deagles, yeah, but not the 2 M4s. Certainly not the armor on 3 of the players. They've got control down towards Ivy, upper B as well, just scouting out for some long-range duels that they might be able to win with their newfound rifles. But nothing granted just yet.
There's double push through. Ivy is going to be stopped by Sumdai Young. Finds himself 2 kills early on, and that's exactly what you want. And more importantly, Mitch, both of the M4s.
Yeah, that's the thing there. I mean, you can have a pistol going with him, and if 2 pistols die in that position, yeah, okay, it's not the biggest deal in the world. But especially because you've got, like, Sviat and Speedak both had a flashbang, and nobody's going around to support that. Drop a flash through, get one of your rifles to push. You're putting all your eggs in one basket, and at the moment you've just dropped it. Yeah. You're going to be getting some new shoes.
All the eggs, all over the place. Well, smoke's coming in. Simple executing towards the B-bomb site. No one here from the CT side. Team Spirit will get the bomb planted, and it's all about limiting casualties, right? But they have picked up these 2 M4s in Hard Legion. They've recovered them. Getting those into the next round will be the priority here. Speedak back in spawn with the Deagle. We'll see what he can do against these players on Team Spirit. He wants to take a few of them away, but Mir is going forward. Spots Kinky, drops him as well, and Mike just get a second, but Speedak's angle is solid. Grabs an AK for his troubles, but still hot pursuit. There's 2 more players coming his way. Smoke goes down, and he was just hiding behind it. So this is the best case scenario for Speedak. If they start to walk through that smoke, he has the advantage to drop them. His Ida's balance has disappeared. We don't know where he's gone. The tension is there with the X-ray off. He could be walking behind him.
Ida's balance just sat in the smoke. Magix is coming up behind. They're going to push that together. No, they're not. Ida's balance just runs forward alone, but he's not going to be punished for it. They won't be losing the weapons. But for Hard Legion, saving forward those 2, about the M4 and the AK, it was even a slight upgrade. I was very worried. I thought Kinky going in for that was a little too much. It wasn't needed, per se, to be dropping those weapons. Certainly not considering the position that Hard Legion are currently in, where they have those 2 rifles, sure, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, he comes off the back of having some money in the bank as well. You want to get rid of those rifles over on Team Spirit. You can see the thought process over at Hard Legion. You see the thought process behind it, but they don't exactly have too much to work with in this one over on Hard Legion. They'll leave some money in the bank, but they'll be looking to the future in the next one. This is all about as much damage as they can do. Team Spirit pressure straight away in towards the A-bomb site. As they run on through, Crad will pick up 1 on the Deagle, looking for a second. Sviat's going to be dropped by Mir, and Crad's dealt with as well by Magix. So easy pickups coming through. Magix might just get himself another, but Speedak actually gets boosted up, and with the Soul AK and now the Soul Rifle in play, he manages 1 kill. But I think it's save time yet again for Hard Legion if they want to carry that AK over. they will get a buy, nevertheless, into the next, so they're going to go for it. See how much damage they can do. And Sumda Young has been taken down by Speedak. And that was a 2v2. No chance to win it, no utility or kit, so all about the damage, holding on for some exits, and again, just carry this AK into the next one.
Yeah, Kinky can stick around and try grab one of those rifles a little bit later on. Wants to move over to Speedak because he's 10 HP at the moment. He has armor, but I mean, that doesn't really help when you're 10 HP.
No, not at all.
If you get shot in the foot, instead of looking at the sky, you're just dead. Krieg recovered here by Mur. He's trying to catch the ranged fight, just keeping Kinky back so he's not able to get up there and find a rifle. He might go for it. Oh, there we go. He grabs one eventually. He's got the M4. And so a really good recovery for him. The fact that you're still carrying those 2 rifles, they've been saved for essentially 2 rounds in a row. Now that means you've got a nice boost for your economy in this round. The AWP coming straight out. That's on Speedak. And obviously him surviving means that he can still have the armor despite having to invest all of his money into that AWP.
So Team Spirit, up in the hands of Idis Ballads. SG's in play on 3 players on this T side, and AK out from Mio, and he might just go for the quick plays. He wanted to go out towards T-Com, but that Molotov will prevent him from going any further. He has to hold that position. It's Fiat applying pressure early. This is really solid from the CT side, but he's caught off. Great flashbang. Mio able to find himself an opening. Magic's burning Kinky alive, and it's 3-1. A man advantage. Certainly looking good here for Team Spirit. They might just grab themselves a 4th unless Hard Legion can somehow scrap this together. Team Spirit got to gather up in towards the brown holes as they make their way forward. The B-bomb site looks like the factor that Team Spirit want to hit. They also have that lit player coming in from Ivy that's somewhat expendable. He can come late and flank around the back of CT spawn, cause problems on these rotations, and Team Spirit is certainly favored to pick this one up. Hard Legion have got a hold. They've got to find impact and deliver here on the back of Speedak's AWP.
The timing's worked out so well for Sumda Young. He's completely avoided being spotted towards the A site. Now he knows that it's more or less clear, and they're starting to rotate down, come through pop. Thing is, even if there's a player in position, Sumda Young will be able to trade him out, as they won't be expecting this spot to be occupied at the moment. And a bomb plant should be obtained for free. Hard Legion, a 3-man stack towards B. So if Team Spirit had to push down there, they would have been in a lot of trouble. But Sumda Young, playing it slow and patient, has granted them a free bomb plant, and indeed more than likely the round, as again Hard Legion don't have a lot of cash, and I wouldn't mind seeing them save. They committed towards the B bomb site, and if the hit doesn't come in there, that's when you kind of think, okay, do we want to risk rotating in through a lot of positions that we have no information on, or do we want to just carry these weapons to the next round, probably force buy on 2 players and see what we can get done then.
Hard Legion not off to the hottest of starts. Team Spirit coming into this one prepared. I was talking to them yesterday and seeing how the preparation was for the tournament. And they have boot camped in and prepared for a lot of their tournaments that were coming up. They had a string of them coming in for the ESEA Mountain Dew League finals. They didn't have the greatest of placements at that event, though. They lost to the likes of Havu in a best of 3, and they definitely would be wanting to pick up that win. But Havu have been on the rise. And Team Spirit looking to try and find themselves a great result here at a massive LAN. It would mean a lot for some of these young players who do grind so much online to get to big tournaments, and this is what they want.
Spirits are definitely high on the T side as they're on their 4th, looking for probably a 6th if they win this one.
You've just stole Maniac's joke, Mitch.
I know. I've probably made it before he did, though. I like those cringy ones online. For Spirit, though, you can see they've got a lot of cash built up. They've just opened it up by taking down Speedak in towards Ivy, and Hard Legion need to win this round or else they're probably going to be on an eco as 2 players have literally got $0 in the bank. The force buy for the moment hasn't helped them out a whole lot.
Oh, this push from Forrester. Flash is good. He manages 1 kill but sticks around too long. Good trade from Idis Balance. Keeps the advantage alive for Team Spirit.
Getting shut down there. Good trade by Idis Balance.
Oh.
This keeps control. Kinky having gotten aggressive, he knows not to just continue around that corner. Often there will be a player sat there waiting for the push to come through, but they've actually started to rotate over to B. So now would be the time for the aggression. No way for him to know that, though. The problem for Hard Legion, they've got 3 players. The map is still the same size, but they've way fewer guns to commit towards defending these angles, and they've no information either. So they can't stack up, they can't make the rotates, no flanks coming through. More than likely, this is going to be a push down to B from Spirit, and then Crad thinking, all right, I'm a head out. I'll just carry this weapon through to the next round.
Yeah, the thing is Team Spirit has so much utility available, so they can throw those 2 smokes down on towards the B-bomb site. have a wall of smokes up, and they don't even need to, right? They're just running through upper. This is another way of doing it, because Crad is so far back, doesn't spot any of them. Dropped by Chopper, and, well, Team Spirit, another easy round win for them. Hard Legion having to back off and save the weapons yet again. This CT side has not got off to the greatest of starts whatsoever. We talked about Hard Legion being favorites here, but certainly not looking too solid at the minute. Team Spirit on the T side delivering. And CIS teams are always generally known for being really solid on the T side.
And then you give them this meta as well. It just gets a whole lot better. And unfortunately for Sviat, instead of jumping across there, he tried to mount the crate, which is or the pallet, and he's not done too well on the back of it.
They could lose every gun.
Maybe not. I mean, they're pushing him one at a time. He only has to worry about Ivy at the moment with so limited time left on the clock. So re-peeking this would be very dangerous from somebody. Young goes out, shot missed by Kinky, and he's gone. Big go.
He's lost everything, and that's a big problem for Hard Legion moving into this next one. Really solid start here from Team Spirit. They're dominating right now on the T side. And the money is okay on Hard Legion on a few players, but not across the board. It's going to be a really scrappy buy if they decide to go for it. They could upgrade a couple of these pistols, get a little bit of Kevlar sprinkled in. We'll see what the decision is as the technical pause is in. Hopefully it doesn't take too much longer to get resolved, as we want to get right back into this action. It's Team Spirit. They've just thrown the gauntlet down, right? It's a CIS grudge match between these two teams. They'll be very comfortable with each other. They play each other quite often in a lot of these CIS Cups, and they're online. They know how each other play.
I'll say for Hard Legion, slowing it down right now with the tech pause is probably going to be good for just the individuals to relax a little bit and see what they want to do, because at the moment, like, you're really struggling even in terms of buying up. Like, where are they going to take it? Kinky's got 1,800. The other players can get some semblance of a buyout between them.
I wouldn't be against. Obviously, you can't talk during a technical pause, yes. But I wouldn't be against having a tactical pause after this from Hard Legion, just to sort of come up with an idea and an approach moving into this. Because they haven't really looked good at all. Their setups in towards B have been very passive, and they don't get a lot of info off of that. And Team Spirit have been able to just play contact and explode into both bomb sites. We
normally don't see tac pauses straight after. And I'll give you my idea why. With 20 seconds left on the freeze time, if you've got a tech pause, the IGL has time to think back, right, and think what they want to do, develop the strategy, and then when it comes to the 20 seconds, just quickly explain it, so that you can save that pause for a little bit later on, even though you're not talking during the tech pause. You can still think. Can't turn off the brains.
This is Forrester a little earlier on. Definitely was delivering some nice kills, but Idis Balance off to a good start. Opening pick coming in from Team Spirit, and the pace can sometimes be very difficult to deal with, especially if you're just sending players out in towards the A bomb, starting the T side early. If you don't have the utility to stop it, but look at this push from Kinky. 2 kills picked up. Chopper gets rid of it, but a good start. Good few frags coming in.
That was terrible communication there from Spirit on who was doing what. Utility, Sunday Young was stood there with just a Molotov in hand.
That's so horrible. Another kill coming in on the Eagles. Good damage done. Sviat under pressure, looking to try and light them up. But they know exactly where he is, and so getting out of this position is going to be difficult. Bomb plant coming in. Team Spirit have the better positions. Headshot lands, but Magix takes him down to save the day for Spirit. 6-1. Hell of a lot of damage done there, and finally money back into the bikes of Hard Legion. Coming into this, they'll get everything they want. They can get a double-up setup, a couple of M4s in play, and, well, this is very scary round for Team Spirit.
They came out, they had no direction on where the utility was going to be deployed. Somebody had a Molotov in his hand, he was going for connector, and then someone just threw a connector. Molotov, then he looked at back site, someone threw back site, and I think at one point he just went, oh, I'll just throw it there. Just threw it towards the bomb site and see how it goes. And he was stood for a good 3-4 seconds trying to figure out where he was supposed to be Molotoving. So the communication definitely needed to be better there, because it opened up the room for Hard Legion to push forward and see everyone with the utility in their hands. And you know, it doesn't get much better than that. It is close to Christmas, and they're already getting their gifts.
Well, the gift of the double-up setup is in for Hard Legion. We'll see if they can reap the rewards of it. Close setup on the B-bomb site, but the utility is going into a pop, and that's where Kinky is going to be destroyed by Chopper. 1 HP left on Chopper. He was so close to falling himself, but he wins the battle. And now Crad, aggressive angle. Good pick to open things up. That's the trade. 4v4 stops that B push from falling to pieces immediately. He heads towards the back of the bomb site, and this time he will be aware of upper. A minute left on the clock to play with. Idis Balance currently in the position towards Brown Halls with the op. holding to see if there's a repeat, but Krat has got out of dodge very quickly indeed, and Forrester is holding the close angle in towards ramp. So much better setup in towards the B bomb site this time from Hard Legion. 2 players positioned in towards A. Yeah, Speedak just watching in between Min and in towards Ivy, but it's going to be a gathering strategy here from Team Spirit as they want to go in towards the B bomb site. It's going to be contact straight through the ramp, flashes up in the air. Forrester lining them up. It's 2 kills, 2 big kills as well. And there's Krat on the back lines, AWP to his name. He'll find the head of Sundai Young, going in for a second, but Chopper 1 HP in a 1v2. Speedak gets him. And it will be a second on the board here for Hard Legion. Took a lot of investment, but the double up setup certainly paying off. And
it's carried through to the next round, which is really important, saving them quite a bit of investment. Now we get to see them potentially, or hopefully rather, build up a little bit of economy, but that might not be too easy. Spirit, as you've noticed, have won a lot of the rounds relatively convincingly. This is the first time that they've really been in a position where one player won't be able to buy if they lose this, and that is only one player. Like Magix is 1250, actually Chopper 850. Everybody else is going to be able to invest afterwards. We're seeing Spirit go for a much faster approach towards A, blitzing out, Emer's in position, but caught by Speedak just before he can find the kill on the Kinky.
Well, Hard Legion. There's a man advantage to play with here on the CT side. And this is much better. These ops certainly starting to really pay off. Sviat up on top. Looking in towards T-Con, but it's Speedak who's ready to go back in towards Ivy, but when on the flash from his teammate doesn't exactly hit its mark. Idis Balance will find a really solid trade. And we're back into a 4v4. Team Spirit have control of Ivy at the minute. Now I'm going to send Kinky over there to patch up the hole. But now the test really comes through for the CT defense. 55 seconds in play. Team Spirit still with time to play with. They don't currently have the bomb. But Forrester is going to make his way towards Pop Dog to gather some information. No one is here. He'll take an advanced stance as well inside of Pop Dog. Now it's a good hold from Hard Legion.
They've had to give up a lot of Ivy presence, though, with Kinky holding very passive. Means Idis Balance and Sundai Young can push straight on up. And then Sviat's under threat. And look at both players having, or sorry, Idis Balance having a smoke as well. They can smoke off Kinky and push towards him. Or push out towards the bomb side if they want to. There's a player on either side. Flash going through. They push. They're not ready for Kinky to peek, though.
Oh, wow. Forrester manages 2 kills in the spray down. Kinky finds 1, and the smoke is up at his fist. But Sviat swings wide, domes Idis Balance, and this is more like it from Hard Legion. Another onto the board. And you can take a look at the scoreboard. Currently, Forrester off to the hottest of starts over on the CT side, followed closely by Speedak on 7 kills. Pretty even kill distribution across the board from both teams. And the difference is, we're currently 6-3 up for Team Spirit. So it kind of shows how many times we've seen these Hard Legion players just save their weapons.
Yeah, absolutely. Just there in the end, though, we're again seeing a bit of an issue for Spirit. This communication on the smoke down towards CT wasn't there fast enough there at left side Ivy. They drop it, but the player's already out peeking. By the time it blooms, the player's peeked in and got a kill. Then smoke goes up, but it's a little bit too late. Kinky's already claimed a victim. And on 6-3, Hard Legion's starting to build up a little bit of confidence and build up those advantages when it comes to the economy if they can win this round just here. Spirit just negotiating their buy at the moment, making sure they get the maximum out of it. They've got an AK on Sundai Young, but actually going for the pistols around it. I like this call.
Yeah, the hero AK, as it is called. And Sundai Young needs to be that hero for Team Spirit. On the T side, they've got a smoke and a flash. Very simple strategy will be on the cards here for Team Spirit. They're going to send most of their forces in towards the upper bomb side. Straight away, upper B. It's going to be a peek from Forrester as he swings wide. Damage done on towards Sundai Young. The nade following up. But Sundai Young gets away fast enough. But that's the problem, right? He's the player that they needed to deliver. And unfortunately, he gets dropped to 11 HP straight away. So throws the AK over to Mir, who's also got Kevlar. But Forrester just drops Magix, opening things up for the CT side.
Yeah, having Sundai Young low is not that big of an advantage. Like you said, that AK goes to Mur, whereas if that had been dropped, the AK is just sat in upper B, and it's much harder to reclaim and get onto the right player. Spirit just blitzing out of A at the moment. They've caught Sviat as well.
I like that play, right? They send the first player out to drop in towards Olaf to take his crosshair off the angle. Then they swing with the AK. Speedak able to find one on the AWP, so still looking good here for the CT side, but Ida's balance creeping with the deagle, but the timing is just so off as he moves his crosshair away. Speedak will take him down. It's on to Mir, it's on to Chopper to see if they can pull it off. And I think that's a task that's just a little bit too difficult. Hard Legion will get a fourth. And when we look into the next one for Team Spirit, what is the call from this T side? They have enough money in the bank for Ida's balance to get the AWP back in. The AKs are available for every single player. So this is definitely a chance for Team Spirit to go back on a little bit of a winning patch. But Hard Legion, they seem to have fixed their errors on the CT side. They had those early problems, but now they're back to normal.
Spirit again, preferencing over towards utility. You can see Magix and Sunday Young both taking those Galils to allow for full util. That was the issue with the previous round. Yes, they could have got full AKs out, but they wouldn't have been able to afford themselves utility. And on Train, it's so important to be able to steal information away from the CT side. Already smokes going down on A, you can see exactly that. Although Spirit haven't pushed out, they've made sure that Hard Legion have to put aggressive positions into play if they want to be able to catch anyone. Sviat gets caught off from the side. Despite Speedak finding a kill, they now know where he is, and he's very trapped in that position. He makes it out towards Ivy, but he can't really help from here.
Speedak, he's being pushed up, moving forward from hell, but the Molotov comes in, Speedak re-peaks, and he has been finished off. And while they'll be rubbing their hands together there, Team Spirit, that's a good kill to find, but Forrester stops the bomb from being planted, stops the bomb from moving forward, and he's got it on the floor. He's picking up more kills, headshot after headshot as he goes back for Mir, but that's just a little bit too much to ask from him. Mir now into a 1v3, he's picked up the first, so 2 players remain for him to pick this up. This would be the ace clutch already coming through, so Mir has to back off and go towards the top of the ladder. The bomb inside of the site. He's got 47 seconds to play with. It is enough time, but it's still going to be cut close as he has to sort of run straight through the B-bomb site as he shifts now. There could be a player in the connector that hears the footsteps. 35 seconds to make this play. He's gone on the long wrap as he wants to go back in through the connector, but look at the position from Kinky. He's looking back, he's looked at the right time, and the kill has come in.
Just in time, turning around to check the flank. You kind of have this internal clock in your head when you play the game for long enough that you know, okay, this is his last position. Can he be behind me now without me hearing a step? No. And eventually it starts to tick over. Yeah, he can probably be around this area. They go back and check it after hearing no noise elsewhere. And it's easy pickings for them. Spirit got off to a good start there. Like I said, robbing off a lot of the information. We had a botched kill by Mur, though. He had the opportunity to take down Speedak. Eventually did, but it cost him a little bit more time. It wasn't really the pivotal moment, though. It's really Forrester on the bomb site that recovered the round for Hard Legion, and 6-5 at the moment. It's looking a lot better on the CT side than it was looking like it would at the very beginning. Certainly a lot of recovery coming through, and it should only get better with Team Spirit not being able to buy a whole lot. And interestingly, Forrester is the most aggressive he has been towards the B-bomb site, so I don't know if they have a read on the buy that's coming through from Spirit.
Well, Forrester, the lineup is coming in. Chopper and Magic's just dropped early. I mean, this should be an easy round pickup for Hard Legion anyway, but they've got off to a great start. Crad going back in towards Ivy. Scope up. Kinky's finally killed. Crad finds Sumdai Young, and now the last remaining player is Ida's balance. He manages one, but that's all he will grab. Sviat gets rid of him. 6 apiece. We're back to even odds. Hard Legion, they've recovered the CT side. For me, it was looking pretty damn scary at the start, but they let Team Spirit go up to 6, which is good enough on the T side already. Hard Legion, though, they've got the momentum, and that's the important part. We'll see if they can close it out in the half.
I'll give it to you. 6 rounds on the T side, he's usually good enough, but this is CIS Counter-Strike. You're expected 10.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right? The T side is so strong from this region, so who knows if it's enough. We'll see if Team Spirit can do more. They have a chance. They've got the open the hands of Ida's balance, 2 SGs, and of course 2 AKs to play with, alongside a lot more utility than they've had in previous, but that's another great opening. This double-up setup, as soon as it's come through, Mitch, it's just been delivering.
This has been very momentum-based, and we heard Team Spirit talking about it, how they were, Sumdai Young, I think, about how some teams are momentum-based. Hard Legion certainly are, as they've built up quite a lot. And Spirit at the moment, although they managed to pull back 1 kill, they're still at a deficit of map control spread out towards upper B, where the bomb currently resides. They've got players around a main, upper Pop Dog, Ivy. Like, they're not set up to take a site just yet. And so Hard Legion are left in a position where, okay, they don't have a lot of information to work with either. They're quite spread out as well. But they can bide their time a little bit. Wait for Spirit to show their hand. We're seeing that they think there could be a player towards CT actually, as they've given up Ivy control. You can see there Forrester was checking it.
Well, they used that Molotov to clear the close corner. Flash sharp as well. Smoke deployed. Team Spirit looked like they wanted to commit in towards the B-bomb site, but haven't exactly done so yet. With Mir finding that kill on towards Kinky, that opens up an avenue in towards the A-bomb site, and that's exactly where they want to go. Speedak inside of the site itself, wants to try and deliver. He's under pressure. Oh no, up behind him as well. Samda Young coming in, drops his teammate. And Speedak's picked off by Chopper. Easy clean up there from Team Spirit. It's going to be 7 on the board. And only Krad surviving. And he might not be able to survive all the way, but the money on the T side is certainly not in a position where they can afford to hunt this. Krad should be able to save that AWP over into the next. But Hard Legion, that is not the kind of run they were hoping for.
It really fell apart when it came towards Ivy control, because when they gave that up, they're then conscious that players could have come through CT. So rather than a B player, a Pop Dog, or the player on the site, and indeed Speedak, who was on the A site, couldn't play his own game. He couldn't feel comfortable on the site because he didn't know if he was going to be pushed from Ivy, or from CT side, or from main, or from Pop Dog. He had so many angles to consider. So you could see him tucked on the bomb site, playing very passively around the angles where he can only be peeked from one side. Oh. They've taken down Krad as well in the end. But the thing there is, so because Team Spirit are playing so slow, they've got very limited map control and they're spread out with no direction, no bomb picked up. But Hard Legion can't exploit it because they think there could be players coming up behind them. And then they just get robbed of all potential information that could have come through from it.
Team Spirit, open the hands of Idis Balance, rifles in play. Hard Legion didn't have any money problems due to the amount of rounds they won it in a row, so they will get a buy into this as well. But this will be their last stand. If they lose this, they're back to a very weak buy indeed. We'll see what Kinky can do here initially. It's Speedak who finds the first kill. This is much better from Hard Legion as they find 3 early kills coming through, but Magic's 2 great kills spawning off the SG. And while it may still be the deficit by 1, but Team Spirit's within touching distance. Idis Balance and Magic's looking to try and recover this all the way. Hard Legion just holding back passively. They know they don't have to do much here. Team Spirit have to get the bomb. They have to try and plant it. They know where Magic's is. He's still in the same position he once was. And he has to fall back, just holding for the aggression, trying to hold them off to give space to Idis Balance to play with. There's a player also on the bomb here, and it's Forrester picking up that kill. Fiat finds the frag. 7-7. We're back to even odds again as we move into the last round of the half. The money is not excellent for Team Spirit, but it's still enough for a pretty solid buy across the board, and the utility will come through.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been the same had Hard Legion lost that. We would have been looking at 9 rounds for Team Spirit. They didn't have a lot of cash to work with, but saving over those weapons as well. They're going to be pulling forward a double op setup at Speedak and Krad to pull those through. And you can see quite a lot of util to work with. Now, for Spirit, I'm wondering where they're going to be dedicating themselves. They've got Idis Balance without any utility at this point, and they're very early on throwing over 2 smokes. That's 50% of their smokes already out there. I'd like to see them try to get something off the back of that, but no one's pushed out of A main just yet.
Well, last round of this half. Krad again going aggressive up towards the brown holes. Oh no. Can't quite see the player on the other end of the wall, but he will take damage. He has certainly been spotted. He falls back quick enough though. Boost comes through. Can't see over the top of the smoke though. Idis Balance. Also had to rattle a few shots trying to bait a player to reply, but nothing coming through as Fiat instead goes back towards the top of the green train. Team Spirit ready to double drop in towards Pop. They send the flashbang up towards the brown holes. Magic's down there already. Bomb picked up. 55 seconds, a slow approach from Team Spirit. Wanting to get themselves into strong position, certainly looking like an A split is to come through as they've got those 2 players in Ivy Mitch and 2 back over towards Pop Dog.
Now, with the smoke going down on Ivy now, they're very limited when it comes to smokes. Only the 1 left in play. They've got to make a move, and they're pushing through Ivy, gaining a little bit of control there. And actually going to fade through that smoke afterwards, but Sviat is watching it.
Sviat's position is so strong right now. He can start to catch them off, but the player has crossed by. Ships in the night. They have crossed in the smoke, but still, Idis Balance locked in towards Ivy. Good peek. Sviat finds it, but Samda Young, he needs to do more, and he will fall. Sviat is doing a great job, and that was the advantage here on the CT side. Magic's needs to deliver as he moves forward towards the stop sign. He doesn't quite catch his opportunity, and certainly Forrester will catch players looking the wrong way. The time, 4 seconds. Magix is going to fall. Fiat finishes him off. It's 8-7 at the half. It will be time for a break, but when we come back, we'll see whether or not Team Spirit, it is enough. 7 on the board. We'll see if they can get it over the line. Welcome back to the Champions Cup finals in Malta. It's just about time to get the second half underway. We've got an 8-7 half coming in, a CIS brawl on train, and it has delivered so far. Close affairs, Hard Legion just edge it by 1, but they're from the CT side, the more favored side here on train. But like we said, Mitch, T sides in the CIS region are quite synonymous, right? We see these two go pretty well together, and we'll listen to the pistol for Hard Legion. We'll see if they can take it over that line.
Yeah, look, it's no secret that Hard Legion haven't had a great CT side, but considering they were 6-1 down at one point, I feel like they're going to be happy enough with how that half ended up. They certainly recovered it towards the end, built up a lot of momentum now to carry it through to the T side as we see a smoke and a flash coming through over on Crad, and we're going to be moving in towards the B bomb site. It says he's got Kevlar with armor, with a helmet. I don't think that's true.
Well,
fake news.
That would be quite a bit of cash that he somehow grabbed from nowhere. Well, 8-7. There's the score on the door as Hard Legion looking to try and follow up. Smoke goes in towards the bottom of the ramp already. Forrester playing in behind it. Magix will be the player that has to deal with that as he's all the way back in the connector, but he cannot spot anything coming through just yet. The rest of Hard Legion gathering up in towards the Bron holes, at least for this B push. Forrester moves through it, does damage onto the connector player, but here they go. Straight in towards B with 1. The rest haven't fully committed just yet, so Hard Legion a little bit tentative in terms of their approach.
Yeah, so they've spread themselves nice and wide. You can see they cut off Murr, grabbing him. Chopper's down on 10 HP and Pop Dog as well. This is really bad now for Spirit. They're working with low HP, very little information. They don't know what's going on. And the drop coming down here, this is going to be Chopper dead to rights. He was 10 HP, just needed to be shot in the toe. Yeah,
they made the right rotation though, Team Spirit. Or at least they did. The bomb is going back over towards B now that they've got the info that the players have pushed up. Forrester is still here, is still holding on, but I disbalanced. That is clean. 2 kills coming in. First the headshot, low HP on Forrester for the second. And as Fiat and Crad, 2v3 favoring the CT side. Somewhat doable, but certainly could have been better for them. 20 seconds, headshot coming in from Magix. Fiat left on the A bomb site, nowhere near that bomb. It's going to be Team Spirit picking up the pistol win. All off the back of Idispell's really there. That was huge. Those 2 kills pretty much seal the deal. And now Fiat wants to die before time. He wants them to deliver the final blow, but they're not giving him his final wish. Instead, he has to back away. And that is absolutely heartbreaking for him. Hard Legion, they will lose the pistol. Team Spirit come into this one looking a little bit rough at the beginning, but they recover it well.
Yeah, absolutely. A nice recovery. Hard Legion played it very well. They fake out a B push. They commit utility. Usually, just as a general rule, if you commit utility on a pistol round, that's probably where the push is coming through, especially as players were spotted right afterwards. But afterwards, Hard Legion managed to recover it, coming out towards the A site, finding kills, Chopper being low, Murr falling. It was just everything was working out for them. And then that play we just saw a replay of.
Oh, well, Sviat is immediately up in towards the A-bomb site. Deals the damage on a 1, but Idis Balance Amir will answer quickly back. Oh, Kinky, small chance there to pick up Idis Balance on the fallback, but cannot land the final blow, and for some reason it's peeking while reloading. So he's going to be dinked up, and Amir will finish him off. It leaves Crad and Forrester in a 2v4. And, well, things keep coming through. Not a whole lot of damage done on towards Forrester. Sounds worse than it is, and he will be finished off by Magic. Finally, the kill coming through, leaving Crad on his own. In towards Min with the Galils. He moves forward. They haven't quite spotted him. He will find a second as well, and now there's a chance for him. Time to play with. 1v2, bomb plant coming in. This is much better than it was currently looking like for Hard Legion. And Crad is going to make his way in towards the stop sign. Off towards Ivy. The bomb is planted for him, so this is certainly doable. Comes down to Team Spirit making mistakes. Idis Balance is also 6 HP. They haven't got a kit to play with. It has to be quick. And Crad just needs to stop them from finding their way in towards the bomb site. Defuse is tapped, but they're not sticking it. Instead, they swing. The leg spotted. Damage done. Crad now in the 1v1. 6 HP and Idis Balance. This is so doable. The defuse is coming through. Idis Balance is on it. The spam coming through. Off the defuse. Idis Balance has to run away. What a clutch from Crad. He gets it done. And Hard Legion, it was looking impossible, but Crad alone pulls off the 1v4.
That is absolutely spectacular from Crad. Rushing forward, finding all of those kills. When he found 2, that's when it became doable, but even at that, it was enough done. Getting a bomb plant as well, damage to the other team's economy, but he doesn't stop there. He wants the round win. He was hungry for it, and he found it. Now look at Hard Legion. Finding that round even after being punished. They force bought right there. They had to, sort of, because Sviat had no cash to play with. Even if they had saved up, he would have been super low. They didn't get a bomb plant. This was looking like it would be a really solid start for Spirit, but evidently it's they're getting slapped back very quickly. A timeout comes through from Hard Legion as well, coordinating their buy at the moment, which is a little bit sporadic. You're going to have an SMG bought up and donated over to Sviat. Means you're probably going to see a second SMG as well.
Yeah, because of the nature of that round, right? It's not like they had a solid plan coming into, but they did manage to pick it up. But when we move into this next one, you can see the buy from Team Spirit. It's still enough to get something done here. So Hard Legion have to be fully focused and give this the respect that it requires. Their buy is not solid themselves. P250 on Speedak, 2 AKs in play alongside 2 MAC-10s. We'll see if Hard Legion can grab double figures or Spirit can be the thorn in their side. He's going to hide just behind the sandwich smoke. Hard Legion sending stacks of their forces in towards the A-bomb site. One prong is in towards Ivy, and that's Forrester with a MAC-10. I think it comes up, that gives away Mir's position.
This balance falls as well. We're looking at only the FAMAS living through. It's on Sumdai Young. He's the one that's got to do the damage here. Magic's coming in with a Deagle as well. Sumdai Young catches one off guard. That puts us into a 2v4. Still very difficult to pull this back. No kit to play with. Magix finds a headshot, though.
Yeah, Magic's with a good shot. 2v3, Speedak sits in behind the stop sign. The time ticking as they hold on towards the site. Hard Legion need to be careful. No kit on the CT side. And well, that kill should seal the deal. Sumdai Young under pressure. They know where he is, but he manages one. He's just fall back into much more passive positions. Crab with a headshot, and they're getting fired up. 10 to it. They finally reach double figures. Team Spirit, then will be taking an eco. So Hard Legion likely to move up to 11.
Well, you would hope so, especially on train. So many of those long-range angles to play with. But we saw on the CT side, Hard Legion playing very aggressive when they were up against pistols. Didn't have a read on their economy, but that was, what, 9, 10 rounds in? At this point, it's very easy to predict that you're not going to be up against, certainly not an AWP, certainly not rifles. They just can't have the cash for that. Hard Legion know it. The SMGs can get a lot of money farmed here, Sviat and Forrester.
I love this. Look at that. They just run straight towards them. At least they're trying something here on the CT side, Mitch. But like you said, Forrester has got the SMG farm.
I mean, it's acceptable. A round like this, you don't expect to get much done. You really have to try to catch the opponents off guard. But unfortunately, the reaction was there for Forrester to just go down pop dog, not get overwhelmed, and then swing on up to find the rest of the kills with his teammate Crad.
I think that's just one of those ones where Team Spirit just go, let's get this over and done
Yeah,
with. Let's just get to the next one. Well, they have been competing closely throughout this entire match. We'll see if they can get it over the line. A bye coming in. It's going to be the FAMAS for Chopper. M4s across the board for the rest. Problem is, here they don't have an AWP, right? So that gives SpeedX such a great advantage, especially on a map like Train, probably the most AWP-centric map we've got. So this is definitely going to be a very tough one, especially with that opening kill coming in from Kinky. It sets up Hard Legion for success.
Certainly sitting comfortably, especially with the map control, having a player already pushed out at E-Box. Hard Legion are starting to rotate around, bomb coming down. Kinky finds another. This should be commitment towards A normally, and that's certainly what Spirit are thinking. But Hard Legion have got a sense of what's going on with the aggression pushed out there by Forrester. He even catches most of the kill. Sviat comes through to finish him off. Bomb planted on B after the info that he gained for his teammates, leaving Sundayoung and Idis Balance to do it all. They find one kill though, so they could go for it, but with Idis Balance being on 9 HP, I think you're definitely going for a save. Oh no.
Yes, Fiat has such a great angle here, but Sundayoung is quick enough to adjust. He will find the headshot. And now can fall back with his teammate to save these weapons over into the next. But I really like that call from Hard Legion, right? They just send Kinky straight out in towards the A bomb site. They know that Team Spirit have still got, got a buy coming into it, but they're not going to have a fully fleshed buy. They don't have the Molotovs to hold them off. And if you get a chance where you just continue to pressure me in like that consistently, if you can get out towards the site, you can just be such an annoyance. And well, at least Idis Balance looks like he's able to save, and indeed he is. His teammate not so lucky in Sundayoung, but 12-8. At this point, the scoreline is starting to look a little bit more convincing for Hard Legion. They've got off to a really hot start in the second half. And it's all off the back of that big play, the big clutch from Crab that put them in this position. And again, we've got a situation on our hands to mention this next round where Team Spirit, they've got an okay buy in terms of pistols. You know, you can still do damage with this, but overall, they shouldn't be expected to get too much done.
No, well, I mean, especially on Train, you know, some places you could see this coming through. Maybe if you're on an Inferno, this buy could be very, very threatening. But at the moment, huge range advantage goes towards Hard Legion. They've got an op to play with, like we talked about. So when SpeedX has got room, actually, most teams that they play against, where they're not against a very, very strong opper, they get punished pretty heavily.
Well, you can see trying to get close up and personal to try and neutralize the problem of not being close by, but they managed to find only the one kill. Hard Legion trade effectively, and while they're looking very solid indeed, Idis Balance is going to hold on. Crad will be finished off, and now it's going to be a 2v3 advantage still in favor of Hard Legion, but they've now got a weapon to work with here on Team Spirit. Idis Balance with the M4. They're going to start to wrap around past the old bomb. And the angle to take, but Idis Balance is a rifle, so he can certainly win that battle. And Forrester, he takes damage on board and sees that probably best to fall back in towards Pop Dog and use the cover. And Hard Legion just let the time tick. They just hold these positions, playing so disciplined, not giving anything over towards Team Spirit. No opportunities presenting themselves until that point, where Kinky decides he's done. 2 headshots come in, 13-8. It's going to be 3 away from victory here for Hard Legion, looking to try and seal the deal on their opening matchup in the tournament with a big statement it would be as well, dropping their other CIS counterpart in their group in a convincing fashion.
They've won every time that they've faced Spirit in the past, but I mean, Spirit have been getting closer and closer scorelines as it went. First time they were 16-3'd.
Yeah.
And it got a little bit better from there, but...
Well, I asked yesterday, I was talking to Magix, and I asked him who's his main rival in the CIS region, who's Spirit's main rival. And he said 4s, but maybe Hard Legion can start to develop as one of those teams as well. Nades coming in, doing damage. Crad is going to be dropped to 45 early. So Team Spirit has done a good job this time to prevent that push through main, but they still haven't got any rewards off the back of it. They still haven't got that early pick.
I'm surprised Mur's able to make it out of there alive. This flashbang spamming got a lot of damage done. Idis Balance takes down Forrester, Sviat, Crad, Kinky, all below 50 HP. That means even if you're... Ooh, and they got naded down even lower. Even if you smoke down lower B at the moment and push through, you're going to get spammed to death more than likely. It's not an ideal spot to play from. Like, the ranged fights don't look too good for them, because even with those scopes, like Crad on 50 HP, he just needs 2 or 3 bullets in him and he's gone. So by the time he sets up on the angle, he could be in a lot of trouble. And you're looking to go down B. Kinky probably going to be dropping that smoke in towards the connector, and then you're still looking... I mean, look at the positions that Spirit have got held. You've got, obviously, Idis Balance looking towards upper with the bomb, and then up close is Magix. 35 seconds, utility thrown out. They know this is going to be commitment towards the site. Smoke actually comes in through upper, so that could give an opportunity for Kinky to find something.
Well, Magic's inside the bomb site, looking to try and deliver low HP. Oh, wow, that's a good kill to find. Reactionary play, looking for the player diving off the top of upper. And now Kratz is back. He's finished off the headshot from Mir right between the eyes. It's on Sviat. Bomb planted. Molotov heads off towards the left, and he has a chance to win this. The 1v2, but he goes in his own Molotov. And while chat, you're allowed to use the 1G.
Oh, no. He has a chance to win this, does he?
Yeah, well, he did.
He just quickly put that theory to rest.
He's like, well, I'm not letting them kill me. I'll get it done myself.
Absolutely, yeah. Just keep the kills from them. Yeah, look, he was 10 HP anyways with the AWP. Can't rattle off the shots that quickly. Huge mistakes would have had to be made by Spirit. They'd already set themselves up to win that round. 2 ops save forward for the CT side. They're feeling comfortable with that amount of cash in their back pocket. Do we get a replay of the one? No, we don't. They're not going to embarrass them.
No one wants to relive that, right? We'll let that one slide. Well, 13-9, victory certainly looking likely if Hard Legion can get it over the line, but Team Spirit not done yet, not done fighting. It will be a quick play this time from the AWP of Speedak straight out in towards the site. That's such an important kill to find, and a great opening. Hard Legion, they get past the barrage of utility, and they're already causing problems in towards the site. A follow-up kill could be available, but Speedak cannot connect. Chopper needed that kill, and so far, successful in doing so. 4v4, Kinky moves forward, around the corner, Idis balance on the shot in the AWP, and a man advantage is still available here for Team Spirit. They've somehow clawed this back.
Yeah, these fights are going down one by one. Hard Legion not really putting on the full pressure. The players are pushing out of out of team main, getting caught. Then nothing else follows through. They look towards Ivy. There's another guy there, and Hard Legion not able to really pressure in the CTs. Spirit are in control of this from the get-go. Now, Idis balance is 9 HP. But look at the utility left for Hard Legion. They've got 1 smoke to try and close in the distance towards the bomb site. They're going to have a fairly one-dimensional push as well. If we look up towards, it's just going to be 1 through pop, 1 through, maybe 2 through teammate if you consider the position that Krad's in at the moment.
Well, 40 seconds to make the decision. Time for Hard Legion to think. Fighting the deficit, though, that's certainly a difficult task for any team. And on the T side of trade, they don't have a whole lot of map control either. They're still in the same position as they began with. So Team Spirit certainly favored to win this. And the money would be gone here on the T side, giving Team Spirit a real chance to claw this back. Mir holds on. First test is good. Idis balance picks off Krad as well. And what was looking like a pretty solid start from Hard Legion, the early pick from Speedak, not enough, evidently. And Forrester left alone. Kind of wants to die before the time here as well. I want to see if this AWP at either or, but definitely has to stay alive moving forward. Double figures for Team Spirit. Important round wins coming through. And we take a look at Hard Legion's money. It is in the bin. They could get a couple of pistols dropped by Kinky here and have enough to play around this AWP, but overall, they have to take the partial investment.
That moment right there for Idis balance pushing around, it was like something from a horror movie. The player looked at the angle, looked left, and when he looked back, Idis balance was just stood there right in his face with an op. He must have got a little bit of a fright from that. A little curious to see what Hard Legion decide to invest into at this point. I think pistols around that AWP and a faster play is definitely the most likely, considering the economy that they've got to roll with. Kiki had a lot of cash. We saw 6.4K at the beginning of this round before they start investing. So with himself having that, he can invest, like you said, into a couple pistols, drop them over to his teammates, and allow themselves to have a decent enough position that they're, working around the op. Other players can have armor to pick it up and try to use it effectively if not. But we're actually seeing the investment come through. Yeah. It's an AK drop to Krad by Kinky, so he puts himself quite low. And you can see there's not going to be a lot of money to invest into an AWP should they lose this one, although loss bonus building up.
Yeah, well, Speedak is looking for that early pick again in towards main, but utility usage again for this time from Team Spirit is solid, but he gets boosted up this time over the top of the smoke. Mir picked off by the AWP of Speedak. Man advantage to play with for Hard Legion. Yes, they have weaker weaponry, but they can still cause problems. Chopper finds one headshot onto Kinky, launching himself through the sandwich smoke. But a smoke comes in, Krad's finding headshots, and this is falling to pieces as Krad is just delivering time and time again. It's on to the in-game leader, Chopper, looking to show up in the 1v3. And Hard Legion, they've got an empty B bomb site to walk into. Chopper the chaos was on the A-bomb site, but it's completely empty now. They've got one player there still causing problems, but the bomb has gone to B. Krad is still here, still looking to cause problems, but Chopper, he'll find one headshot, but winning this is so difficult. Retaking that B-bomb site with no kit, for some reason, on Chopper.
And being over towards Ivy as well, so the rotation time's already going to cost you a good 10, 15 seconds.
Yep. I don't know why he doesn't have a kit. Well, 13-10. Hard Legion. It will be 14 on the board, 2 away from victory. And that's such an important round to win. That could be the backbreaker, right? This is a round where you have to favor Team Spirit overall, but just the lightning fast aggression, the innovative boost coming in from the teamwork coming through on Hard Legion. And that's something that makes this team different, right? Hard Legion are a CIS team. You know, they have the traditional CIS playstyle, but they've also got that teamwork. And Maniac brought it up on the desk, right? You've got Sviat who can methodically in-game lead this team and make them strategically sound, but also deliver on an individual level. So that's such an important factor to have, and it gives you an added advantage above most of these teams you'll be competing against at this level.
What I've noticed as well is, so because Team Spirit have been playing so aggressive when it came to utility on the T side, SpeedX not actually had a lot to do on that AWP. It's been mainly Forrester towards A getting those holds done. As the push comes out, Kinky falls. This is going pretty well for Spirit.
Yeah, this is going perfect for Spirit. Itis Balance finds 2 kills. It's a 2v5. This is over. As the MAC-10 rattles away, Krad will find one in the Molotov, but it's all on Speedak. A 1 versus 3 with the AWP. Team Spirit, that's the reply you were looking for. But Speedak is still kicking. And he's found the headshot on towards Chopper. Now he needs to just sit back and take a deep breath into this clutch. So much time to play with. He has been spotted by Itis Balance, but he makes his way through. Magix, oh no, nearly gets caught off guard, but Speedak cannot quite pick up that opportunity. Still over a minute to play with. Just shows how chaotic and quick this round was.
This is the thing now, with a minute on the clock, he can slow it down and rob Spirit of any control that they may have. They will have no idea where he is. After another couple of seconds, they've got to wonder, has he gone to B? Is he moving up, pushing through the trains? No, he's in Ivy. Starting to swing on up and move right up beside Itis Balance, the player that has the AWP. Whoa. I'm surprised Magix hasn't picked up a rifle either. There were plenty on offer.
This is going to be such a difficult shot for Itis Balance to hit as well. He needs to be very quick indeed. Swinging, slow peek. Speedak finds the headshot, and now it's a 1v1. Magix just a deagle.
It's enough.
And it certainly is enough with low HP being on Speedak. He'll go back in towards Old Bomb. Does he take the approach in towards Heaven? Because this would be incredible. He doesn't know where Magix is. He's moving his way in below him. Now just right below him. The timing was almost perfect for Speedak to let this happen. Magix moving forward, checking Ivy, checking Green Train. But Speedak is up in Heaven. The position is so strong to play with into this post plant. This is certainly favoring Speedak into what would be an incredible clutch. He sits back, the angle's held, and there's the headshot. Magic falls. What a clutch from Speedak. And that is 2 big clutches from 2 different individuals on Hard Legion that's got them into this position. Map point.
Yeah, and Spirit don't really get anything for it either. Hard Legion have got plenty of money to buy up utility. Speedak's even got 9K. And having to reinvest into an AWP, he can still drop one of his teammates and feel very comfortable about buying utility around it. This is not like, okay, usually we would look at it and say, well, look, they did damage, they brought the economy down, but the reality is, I mean, Hard Legion only need 1 more round. And coming into this could be the final hurdle. Spirit have got to win 5 consecutive rounds to bring us to an overtime.
Yeah, just overtime. And while the way this has been going, it really feels impossible for one team to go on a 5-round win streak in these last couple of rounds. So we'll see if Team Spirit can get one further. Unfortunately for them, they throw that one away. That's 2 rounds they could have picked up. You know, going into the second half, they had a prime opportunity to start to develop and try and get into the lead. But unfortunately, they let it slip in 2 clutches now, and that's such a big problem for them. They have got an open play, though, in the hands of Itis Balance, and we've seen him deliver time and time again. But it hasn't been enough. Good opening kill from Itis Balance. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what we need, the AWP performing here on the CT side. Now for Hard Legion, with a man disadvantage, they've got to reconsider their strategy a little bit. Not getting out of A main, still very much trapped towards the, well, I guess what would be considered the T side of the map. Smoke's going down. This is going to counter a lot of those angles for the AWPs. Now they start to push on out, gain a little bit of ground. Chopper's still finding that frag towards E-Box, though.
Yeah, this is looking good for Team Spirit, 3v5, but we said that before, so I don't want to get too far ahead of yourself, thinking his own teammates. Chaos here for Kinky. And we'll see what he can do. Oh, pulls the nade as the smoke begins to fade, and well, this is a big problem. It's all on the speed act, 1v4, and he's been dropped as well. A cleanup from Team Spirit, and chaos, really, is the word that springs to mind on the A-bomb site.
Yep. You're going to dink your own teammate, caught with a smoke out.
Yep.
That couldn't have went much worse. It's like very few scenarios that you get embarrassed like that.
Well, this is a big problem now for the economy of Hard Legion. You take a look at their money, and it's not in a great spot whatsoever. So this should be another chance for Team Spirit to take a few more on the board, make this look respectable in what was once 5 in a row is now 4 in a row. And we're starting to look at a situation where maybe overtime is possible. We've had a close opening game today, went all 30 rounds with Tyloo versus Furia. Will we get it again here for Hard Legion versus Team Spirit?
Well, last time they played, Train was at the CIS minor, and Hard Legion won 16-10. Already it's a better scoreline for Spirit by 1 round.
Yeah, I mean, they've improved. That's certainly the way to go.
For Hard Legion here as well, so they've got 2 buys between them and an overtime, essentially. And even the next one's not going to be solid because Crowd only has the $1,400.
Yeah, but the plan here from Hard Legion is to try and get this bomb plant to get that money into the bank, right? They've got the smoke and the double flash on Sviat. He's going to throw that in towards the B-bomb site, surely at this point. In towards the ramp alongside the flashes. The smoke has been deployed. It's up towards upper, actually, to let the player out. That turns Magic's attentions here as they move their way through. He will find a headshot, but the bomb plant has been secured. So that's job done. Anything else is a bonus now for Hard Legion. And I don't think they're going to be getting too much else because Magix just goes forward and finds himself another 2 kills, all on Sphere on his own. 1v5, defuse coming through, just hiding in the smoke. Yeah, it's just not going to work too well for him. Doesn't want to die after time here. He does, and he got the money in the bank anyway. Doesn't matter once you get the bomb plant. 15-12, 1 away from victory. Hard Legion, they've got the money in the bank. This is their opportunity. This is their chance to take it over the line.
I actually really like the approach there. If one of the players had been tagged and he jumps through and knifes him,
yeah, that would be funny.
It would be embarrassing for them, but also he'd get lots of extra cash. So why not? If he runs out with a Glock, he's dead. So I mean, probably the best choice.
I mean, that's the goal overall, right? When you're in that situation.
You could see his face though. He knew he was getting nothing.
Yeah.
When we swapped to his cam.
So Hard Legion are going to send quite a few of their players up towards the top of Pop Dog. The rest, though, stack their forces in towards mid.
Oh, man. Stack their force. Just stack their nades. That's what Team Spirit were doing. 18 HP on Kinky. He's not having a great time. Speed Axe already lit as well. It's a good advantage for them. Hard Legion want to move towards the A site. They're down Pop. They're sitting outside main. But at the moment, they've got very little for it. The utility usage from Spirit has been on point in this round so far. Only 1 smoke left and a Molotov on Magix. As they look to come out towards the A-bomb side initially, Hard Legion then back off. You can see a flash thrown over, but they're moving towards upper B. Crowd's already there. Forrester on his way, and the other players, obviously, as we can see in the little hallway, moseying on over. There's a very passive hold from Spirit as well, so considering the fact that you've got 1 smoke, this could work out. Speeda can lob it down towards the bottom of ramp. They can push through, maybe lose 1 player, but...
Especially, yeah, like you said, the super passive setup here on the B-bomb site, no one's really close by to rotate. As soon as you throw 1 smoke in towards the ramp, it should be enough straight away for a bomb plant, and we should be seeing Team Spirit just play for the retake. So the goal here from Magix, who is moving quite quickly around that ladder, is to pick off 1 kill or just prevent this or slow it so the rotation can come in quickly. And when he's done that, he's slowed it down a little bit, but here comes the 1 rotation through the connector. I think they've realized nothing's coming in towards A, so it's going to be the full rotate. Hard Legion are going to get that bomb plant in. It's going to be a 5v5 retake, and for once, it's not on Vertigo.
For the first time. Damage has been done, though, so Hard Legion are definitely at a deficit, but look at the position for Kinky. He hasn't been spotted in there.
Well, he's not going to see too much in towards that connector. In fact, he needs to go back, and they realized it's a possibility he could have done that. Chopra and Sumdayong find 2 kills. This is not looking good for Hard Legion. They're whiffing everything. Bomb is planted, but the defuse is going through. And wow, Team Spirit, really solid retake coming in from those guys. This is a little bit tough now for Hard Legion because they're not finding round wins. They haven't got the money. And Team Spirit likely to head to 14 here. There's only one more needed. And then we've got an overtime.
This is a bit of a mix now because you've got the AWP. Presumably the other players are going to be buying up just pistols around it. So how do you approach this? You can play it slower and allow SpeedAct to try and find picks from afar, or allow him to step into more of a supportive role with a faster push, maybe quick towards B. There's something along those lines. Just looking at them, they're currently coming out of spawn, and it looks like we're moving towards Ivy. We're going to see if we can find picks for SpeedAct to begin things. That AWP, he's their main hope for damage in this round.
Oh, quick plan towards Ivy though. Young is going to be under pressure, but can he deal with it? He finds one, but Forrester gets rid of him on the CZ, and now he has an SG to play with. Idis Balance not quite connecting on that shot, has to fall back. Doesn't want to be overwhelmed, so throws a Molotov to prevent them from overrunning him. There in the corner, nearly falls, he will, to Forrester's SG. So now it's a 3v3. Team Spirit cannot afford to let this one slip. Chopper looks the wrong way. Sviat doesn't quite seize the opportunity though. And now Chopper's just flicking back left and right. Players everywhere. He's not aware of where they could be, but Forrester finds another one. A man advantage here for Hard Legion. Idis Balance and Chopper have got to pull this off. Two very solid players, and Idis Balance is certainly one of them. He's found the pickup. Oh no! Sviat runs out of bullets! He could have found an important kill, but now it's all on Forrester. He's done everything so far, but it has to be the Ace 1v2 clutch. He's running over towards B to secure at least some more cash, but this is smart. This is a big brain play. Chopper doesn't commit towards the ladder. In fact, he's going to go back and wrap for his teammate. Whilst the bomb plant hasn't come through, they know Forrester might have doubled back, but Chopper, if he doesn't fall back in towards the A-bomb site, if he fully commits up that ladder, for sure Forrester finds that kill. And they've got a 1v1, and he's killed himself again. God. How many times are we going to see this come through?
This is a Hard Legion strat.
Yeah,
it's just, don't give them the satisfaction of winning the round.
It's just strats, really.
Yeah,
they said they want to in battle, just eliminate
exactly.
yourself.
They say you want to play with your brain, not your heart. Your heart says try to win the round. Their brain says no. Yeah. Let's steal the victory from them. I respect it.
Well, 15-14, last round of regulation coming in, and that was.
We got a replay of it this time, so we don't embarrass Sviat, but Forrester, you're open game. Sorry, bro.
Well, unfortunate, but last round of regulation could be overtime available. We've already had a 16-14 battle and brawn earlier on today. We'll see if that is the case again here. Hard Legion wanted to take it over the line in regulation. It'll be heartbreaking for the Spirit guys. They've pulled it all the way back. But this is the last stand. Chopper already aggressive in towards me. Gets so much info off of this as well.
Yeah, they're changing up their approach. This could catch Hard Legion by surprise. The bomb's starting to rotate around. Herd reloading as well. Oh, but that's fake info. They actually know that there's the potential for them to be pushed up close. He reloads and runs down the stairs, and then immediately starts to pull back. Kinky waiting for a peek to come through, and as time goes on and Chopper sees nothing, he might get itchy feet and start to move, but actually just tucked in, waiting very patiently. This is a great setup. Mur can spot Kinky, and then Chopper can swing on it and find the kill.
Yeah, bait and switch setup coming in. Kinky just holding on around the corner. 48 seconds still in play, but it's pushing towards the B-bomb site with the bomb that's coming in. Magic's, the M4 is under pressure. They just walked right through his smoke, but he's aware of it. Cannot capitalize, though. Headshot in from Krad. Good opening for the boys on Hard Legion, but it's not enough yet. Idis Balance still kicking, but overrun by Forrester. Man advantage now for the T side with the bomb planted.
Yeah, Chopper didn't commit to the flank either, so they're on a very two-dimensional retake coming in through CT and connector. But you've still got Hard Legion worried about the flank coming up behind. They can commit an extra player towards it, though, with that man advantage.
Yeah, two players coming in from connector, one up towards upper, trying to find some sort of opening here, but Hard Legion just playing so disciplined, not giving anything up. The kills are coming in. It is done. Mir in a 1v3, trying to recover. He will find a headshot on towards Forrester, but needs more. He moves forward, the time ticking. It's too far gone at this point. It will be Hard Legion stealing it away. 16-14. The CIS battle goes in favor of Hard Legion. But what a close fight it was. We've had two 16-14s today, Mitch.
They didn't even get to see where the bomb was planted on that final retake. Smoke went down for default, but it was on the middle of the train. Really well played overall by Hard Legion. Again, yeah, like you said, two 16-14s were keeping it close. We said Spirit have been getting better every time they play Hard Legion, so logically next time they'll win.
Yeah, well, they definitely put up a good fight. There was a lot of stakes across the board, I think. Again, we've had a very scrappy game of Counter-Strike, but at least it was close. It was very well played towards the end of Hard Legion. for me, the biggest part about Hard Legion's success here wasn't exactly the system on Trim. It was more the individual showing up, because we've seen 2 huge clutches that were influential in terms of how they found themselves in this position. We had Krad at the start of the second half when things were looking rough. He stepped up, wins a 1v4. We had a 1v3 clutch coming in as well. Incredible stuff across the board from Hard Legion, but it could have been Spirit's map win, sorry. It could have been Spirit's map win. They could have got it done. Unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they keep it nice and close, almost pushed it over to the OT.
Yeah.
But considering a 6-1 lead and the fact that, Hard Legion won the pistol and immediately got slapped down 6-1, that was a really nice recovery from them. They started off slow, but they warmed up in the end. And I think Spirit are going to be a little bit disappointed, certainly with how that first half went for them.
Yeah, well, the winners are Hard Legion in a very tough battle, in a CIS battle, but we've got Stunner on the stage to interview the winners.
Thanks very much, fellas. Yes, we are keeping things competitive, keeping things close here, all 30 rounds, every single one of them. And you know what? It comes on the back of what would have been a winning a pistol, losing the next round. How often are you seeing that, man?
I don't know. It was just really hard to start our sides because I don't know why, but we just maybe lose by some individual moments when actually I died in some really important situations, and that's all. I guess I really lost some important rounds because of me.
Well, the odds were stacked against you already. There was a moment where you really 1G'd yourself. You kind of, threw this Molotov. There was an idea. You thought about holding the bomb, but ultimately it was like a 1v3. What goes through your mind after that? You just laugh it off?
Yeah, we I don't know. My guys just won some really important clutches. They shoot crazy shots, and I'm happy that they done that because it was really close game. Spirit plays really good, and we won just because of these rounds, I guess. Because they don't have these crazy rounds like we had, and we won because of this.
So talk to me a little bit about your T side, because you guys were on a roll there. You were on a tear. You were doing well. Talk to me about how you came into this one, and not so much preparation, but playing in against Team Spirit on your T side.
Yeah, we knew how they will play. We just watched a lot of demos, and we know what tactics we're gonna to use, and it worked. But in some rounds, my boys tried to call, not me. They tried to call, and it was a little bit bad. So in some rounds, I just take it in my hands, and we end the game.
Cool. Well, we could end it there. I think it would be only appropriate if you talk to the camera, you tell them, at least talk to the fans at home, talk to the people at home.
Thanks for cheering. I don't know.
That works for me. I'll take it. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and kick it back to the desk, and these guys are going to be stacked up against the winner of G2 and what would be big. Imagine that. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Trace. Yes, it will be G2.
Thankful for the cue cards.
It's like, oh, yep, we got it.
Solid stuff there, Trace.
Remember, we're getting towards the end of the year. Trace had a fantastic year, a long year. We're all slowly dying. My voice is dying. But what's interesting, what we took from that interview was, he said his team were trying to take over some of the in-game leadership roles. He's an in-game leader. If you're in-game leader, take control. Do not allow this to happen.
It's different dynamic for different teams, obviously. It's okay to have more than one voice in a team. I think it's preferred for a lot of them. There's only been a few teams that have had this dictatorship type of an approach. You think of someone like Zeus, for example,
That went well for him.
Can you imagine that?
You can imagine that, right? But for the most part, for teams, you usually have more voices than one. It's fine. But if it goes into a mode where it's like, everyone wants to be a leader, that can definitely be a bit of an issue.
I think what you also have to consider is where you're at in the half, right? If you're an in-game leader and you're actually having success with your idea, you might want to just keep a leash on it because you know what you're doing, and usually the round that you're going to call after that round, it makes sense because maybe you faked in B-side and not going to pressure it. That's not when your teammates should chime in. The issue is when you cannot find a solution, that's when you need that secondary, that third voice to come in and give you an idea. But if you're having a good time like he was having, I can understand just, guys, let me do it. This is fine. I have it under control. We're all good.
Now, one thing I want to bring up while we're looking at these stats going across here is at the opening of that game, Spirit led with a 6-1 lead despite losing the pistol. Chopper was instrumental in that. He was rocking phase, he was opening up the game, but then it was what you guys spoke about. He has such impact, but when that impact's not there, they massively struggle. And he dropped off. He struggled to get any extra kills.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to do quick math, Chopper had 8 kills after 7 rounds.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And then he had 9 after 22 rounds.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
So
it was
that
bad.
is a massive disappearance from
Jeez.
a player that had a ton of impact. As you say, he was instrumental in the first round. He almost got the pistol round, just lacked 1 bullet at the end to clutch it. Then he was very impactful, but then he completely disappeared. So that is a shame for sure, and has to be one of the reasons why they got off to such a good start, but then they stalled massively.
Yeah, I mean, in the early parts of that game, what I was really a fan of from a Team Spirit perspective is how they approached playing against an aggressive CT side. They actually had some cool little plays, flashing off, and then people coming from multiple angles simultaneously, from Z, from Pop, and basically you just win that first fight. You make sure that the CTs cannot play aggressively as the half goes further as well, but then slow things down. You know, you bunch up and then you just push into the bomb side together and trade effectively because you're already like in a 5-on-3 situation. So good parts there in the early stages of that first half, but then it kind of started getting streaky in the wrong way around for them.
Yeah.
And another disappointment as well from my perspective is that if you consider Spirit were up 6-1, that means that financially speaking they had everything going for them. They had the AWP, they had the utility. Well, a man like ID's Balance should have had more impact. He was kind of quiet on that T side. Granted, I know it's not easy, the T side of train, you have to have tricks and picks and left and right, but they had all they needed for him to shine. They should have had the money advantage. They should have been able to do what Speedhack did on their T side. Speedhack, he was getting boosted in the connector. He was finding picks through the smokes and all that. ID's Balance was way too quiet. We had to wait for the second half to see ID's Balance finally having an impact mostly on that B side. But I think they needed him on their T side to just push the ball a bit forward.
And that was one of the things, right, when they started to use the double AWP setup on the CT side, it cost them so much more and they weren't able to string those rounds together, which ultimately made them pay the price of it. But Heart Legion, you've got to say, we spoke of them being more tactical. Yes, the T side was better, but it was the closing it out that scared me because it was almost looking like we were going to say, oh, okay, it's going to go the other way.
All the rounds, 60 deep now after
we
2
are 60
games.
in. We played all. Now, actually, no, we didn't play all the rounds possible at Counter-Strike, but in regulation we did 16 rounds. Because why not? We love the game, isn't it?
It's all a bit of fun, right?
It's just I don't know.
No, it's like, but I don't want to see it. He definitely doesn't want it to happen on the next game, especially. You don't need to go through that heart and turmoil.
That's going to be a fun one. I'm just going to look at him and playing.
But this is where we are for the moment. Hard Legion will be moving forward, and as Trace did so gracefully say, G2 will be going up against who? Sorry, what name? Oh yeah,
BIG.
Yes, that will be one of the matchups that's coming up. But next up, we're going to have Movistar Riders taking on your Finnish boys in ENCE Natu. Now, I know you're on the desk with us, but how difficult is it just even for you watching your boys at home? Because I know how passionate you get about Counter-Strike. Does the heart hurt a little bit?
I think I've gotten a little bit more numb as the year has gone past.
He's lost
I
any
think
feeling,
it's like,
any
oh.
emotion.
Yeah, no, obviously it's hard. You're emotionally invested.
Yeah.
It just goes without saying. But at the same time, you kind of have to be a little bit more numb. You kind of try to take a sidestep a little bit.
I remember
as much as you can, as
for
humanly
me,
possible.
watching loved ones playing or people I cheered for was usually more difficult emotion than playing myself. Honestly,
Well,
I would
for
actually
sure.
go insane if I was watching a game and I wished for that person to win. I would be so invested in the round, like, oh no, oh my.
And
then
the lesson learned here
inner-
is just don't get into the team business. Just stay away. You know, it's good for your health not to be involved.
Well,
I think esports in general, actually. Come think of it.
just stay away from esports, is that what you're saying?
Everyone,
Stay away.
Yeah.
It's like it may look great, all this money, all these fun, flashy cameras, events, but you know what? The old ticker starts to give up after a while from stressful situations. But we'll break down that stressful situation just a little bit. It's time for us to go to a break. And when we come back, it's the new Movistar Riders taking on ENCE in another best-on-1 here at the Champions Cup in Malta.
case.